Hi there, Chileans, and especially collectors. Today, of course, a lot of you know by now from my latest video that I managed to grab this little beauty. That's the Blair Halloween 2020, and managed to clear this in, okay? And I actually traded that for a Hellfire mug. Now, of course, there's other collectors out there that may eventually do a trade or even sell something, and then you need to ship it out. So there's a lot of breakage that occurs when people ship stuff to each other, and they're not really aware on how you should pack their stuff. So since I need to pack, of course, that little beauty here, okay? I need to pack this and ship it to the guy who shipped me that. I'm going to tell you how I do it. There's also this little guy that comes with it, okay? So, we're going to start with him. First thing you actually need is actually wrapping paper, okay? See, I recycle paper from Hellfire. Diana over there, okay, man, she's been shipping stuff to me, art bottles, and all those art bottles you see there came in packed by Diana herself, okay? It's always wonderful. So, I learned a lot from these guys. Now, first thing you know is this little paper here, so that you can actually wrap your bottle in there. Why put it in paper first? Well, if you look at the bottle properly, okay, and from close, can you see the signature on there? Of course, I'm sure you do. Okay, there's a signature. And there's even Diana, see, on the resin, okay? But see, this type of ink, made for glass, actually wears off if it rubs, okay? And one good way to rub it off is to have some plastic sticking directly on it, because it sticks to the plastic and it comes with the plastic as you pull the plastic off the bottle, so you lose the writing. Now, if you do lose, see, it says 8 of 13, it's signed by Merlin Diana. Let's say you lose even just a number. Okay, what's the number? Is that the number 1? Usually number 1 is always worth a little more than other numbers. No, and anyway, you see my point? What's it worth now that the writing is gone? So you need to protect that. So you start with the paper. Okay, once you're done with the paper, you go to bubble wrap. But of course, the very small one. Okay? And when you wrap, of course, there's already paper over this, okay? When you go to wrap the bubble wrap over the paper, you put the bubbles towards the bottle, not the flat side. Flat side outside, okay? Flat side outside. Bubble facing the bottle. And see, again, there's always a reason. What's this here? It's called a dripping, right? It's a drip. Now that's resin. And you want to protect that. Okay? If it gets hit or something, it might break up, you never know. So by putting the bubbles towards the bottle, the bubbles will actually make room, okay, for the drip between themselves, and help, remove any pressure that could be applied to it. And then, since you go around a couple of times, it's very protected then. All you need to do is fold the flat statement. That's it for this one. Done. And Ellie just needs the paper and the bubble. Okay? The art bottle. Again, there's writing on there. See? There's writing right there. There's even some on the base. Can you see there? It says Chili Master on the base. Okay? So you start with paper, just like the elite, to protect any writing that might be there. Some will have writing directly on the bottom. Okay? So you want to protect that. Always start with the paper. Then the small bubbles. Again, you've got some drippings here. Okay? You've got some horns, a nose, a chin. So the bubbles will actually adjust. And once you're done putting on your small bubbles, okay, you'll go around a couple of times with this on a large art bottle. Then you go to larger bubbles, and again you put the bubbles towards the bottle. Okay, not the flat side. The flat side goes to the outside. Again, to absorb the nose, the horns, because the small bubble is gonna, it's gonna make it a little, okay, it's gonna help cover it a little bit, but it's the big bubbles that will actually make the final. And then, once you put those, okay, go around at least a couple of times, and then you go around the other way too. You don't want it to move in there in any way. So, are we done yet? Almost, guys. Okay, next part is putting it in the box. Now that we've protected the bottle on its own, we need to put it in the box and make sure that it's protected in there, okay? Normally, we'll use some packing stuff. I call this popcorn, and you got all kinds of popcorns, okay? That one is the styrofoam. I got some that look like, cheese cookies. And the other bunch over there. Anyway, so, the problem with that, because there is a problem. See, people think that, okay, normally, say you'll just go with bubbles for the bottom of the box. You'll put a few popcorns, put your bottles in, again some popcorn, put maybe another rank of bubble wrap, a little bit more popcorn, a couple more bottles, put some popcorn and boop, close the box. You gotta make sure when you close the box that it doesn't move in there. If you only put enough popcorn to fill the box, then you just close it and you say, okay, let's send it out. Watch out. If there's any movement in there, you're at risk of a breakage. And just think of it, okay? Take a cup. You can make the test yourself. Put some sand in there. Put a few rocks. Put some more sand. And then just shake your cup, just toss it left and right. Beep, 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 beep. Like a box in a truck. On the road going from the post office to the, central post dispatch and whatever. Anyway, in the truck, in the plane, Well, just shake your cup. You'll see all the rocks will come to the top and start eating each other. So when you put your bottles in the box, make sure when you close it that, hey, there's no movement in there. If there's any movement, you're at risk that everything's going to end up on top, hitting each other all the way to wherever it's going. So make sure that you always put just a little bit too much popcorn. And when you close the box, you need to push on it to finally tape it nice. Take your box and shake it. If it doesn't move, there's no way that anything in there is going to start, moving around and up on top and hitting each other like when it's loose. So always make sure that the content does not move. And let me tell you, if that's how you pack your stuff, forget the insurance. You don't need it, okay? Anyway, if you take insurance, it's because you don't trust the way you pack your stuff. And don't forget, no insurance will ever replace a collectible. And if it was only because it wasn't packed properly, oh man, it's a shame. Thanks, guys, and hey, I'll see you in another video sometime. Again, to talk about fire, of course. So, see you then, and until then, keep it spicy and take care.